Let me share a little story about how I got a recent listing and why you should never overlook a lead opportunity that you might think's a dead end. So I've worked with for sale by owners really my whole career. I've sold over 100, 150 for sale by owners. So it's kind of my jam, but I've not lately been working those too hard. I've been working more with sphere, repeat, and referral clients. But I went ahead and I connected with a for sale by owner. He lived out of town, but nearby, just down in Denver. And he was pretty opposed to, listing with an agent, as most start out. So that's first lesson, is that 80% of for sale by owner sellers do end up listing with an agent. So don't, give in to the myth that they're never going to hire anybody, even if they say that on their first call. So I just stuck with it. I was here to add value. I said, hey, looks like you might need a paint job, interior. Let me at least look at it. My handyman team can help. He said, okay, cool. And then if you have a buyer, bring your buyer. Okay, they always say that. But we just kind of built a relationship, and he just liked that I was not pressuring. I just kept following up, adding value where I could. Here's an estimate to paint your place. Here's what I think market value looks like. Here's what else is selling in the neighborhood. I just kind of stuck with him. And then sure enough, he said, well, I got an open door offer. I'm going to go with that. Okay, dead end, right? He's going to sell his house to Open Door. He's going to net more with Open Door than he could even on the market. So I, just being a good guy, said, hey, you should take that Open Door offer. I'm not sure I could even net you that on the market. And he's like, okay, cool. So off he goes. 4 weeks later, he reaches out and says, hey, Open Door just knocked their number down. They just kept lowering the bar on me, kind of felt like I was getting swindled. And he had just built trust with me, especially that last piece where I said, hey, you could list with me or you could sell to Open Door. Just sell to Open Door, man. You're going to make just as much there. And he really valued that honesty. I wasn't desperate to just take his listing at all costs. So he said, hey, really valued that. I'm ready. I got to get this thing sold. Let's get it on the market. And I want to use your home prep handyman team to spruce the place up. What do we need to do? So now all of a sudden it went from dead end, maybe a lead that, lots of us would forget about or not follow up with, to now a listing and a home prep, a referral for my team to do the work. We got in there. I held open houses. I got other buyers from those open houses that have already bought with us, right? And so other business spun off of this one listing. And we got this listing sold for right around list price. We got just a little less than list price, but the seller was over the moon. He went from FSBO guy, never going to list, to the closing table. And he was like, man, I live an hour away. You guys did all the work. It was super stress-free. I can't believe I was so stuck on selling by owner, just a few months ago. So we just stuck with it. He's at the closing table, elated, gave us a 5-star review. Now we might help him on another property that he has. So it just spins into you never know, right? So just stick with your process. Keep adding value at every turn that you can and be honest, be genuine, and people will feel that. So that's my success story for the day. I encourage you to think about the lead or the person that you thought might be a dead end and just give them a call and check in on them, because you never know.